So she's no longer gonna be unapologetically herself? Nah, say it ain't so.
Angel Reese is out of the WNBA for life. That's right, a lifetime suspension.
Why?
Because she clearly thought she could get away with a major violation. Seriously? You really believed you'd rise to Caitlin Clark level stardom without putting in the work? Think again.
And Angel Reese knows a ring is coming.
But here's the twist. It didn't work, not even close. Caitlin's still dominating, in a league of her own. And you're stuck on the sidelines, permanently benched.
That was probably the hardest time of my life, just because I never took a break from basketball and I didn't realize mental health was important.
Believe it or not, Angel, you're not the first baller to take this self-destructive route. Ring any bells? Remember Rashard Lewis? Back in 2009, he got caught using performance-enhancing drugs, PEDs. Thought he could outsmart the system, but the suspension hit hard, and his career took a serious nosedive. Then there's OJ Mayo, banned entirely from the NBA for drug use. And guess what? The steroids didn't help him either. These guys thought juicing would make them unstoppable, but instead, it ended their careers. Now here you are, walking the same path, but somehow it's worse. Did you really think steroids would turn you into the next Caitlin Clark? Let's get real. Even with PEDs, you couldn't touch her level. Caitlin's out there draining buzzer beaters like they're warm-up shots, while you thought a few injections would close that massive talent gap. Not even close. This isn't just a bad decision, it's career suicide. Legends are made through hard work, discipline, and heart. No shortcut can replace that. And sadly, you're learning that lesson the hardest way possible.
We'll give it up to Allen. They're going to give up that shot to her. Reese puts it up. Count the bucket. Body bucket and one for Angel.
May have the best nose for the basketball in the W. Good job staying with their concentration on this finish. Nice tap by Camilla.
Let's call it what it is, pressure. Ever since Caitlin Clark burst onto the scene, you felt it. The spotlight that once followed you, Angel, started to dim. You were supposed to be the WNBA's next big thing, the future of the league. Instead, you found yourself stuck in Caitlin's shadow. While she's out there sinking threes from the logo and making headlines for her game, you've been struggling just to keep up. So, when the pressure got too real, what did you do? You turned to steroids, hoping for a shortcut, hoping it would close the gap. Spoiler alert, it didn't. Greatness can't be injected.
Degree of difficulty on this catch was big time. I don't know how she got herself shot ready in time, especially.
Trailing 71-59. Angel Reese, what she got in her. Oh, she draws the contact. Get in there. Count it. Shy Barbie going to work.
One thing that Angel Reese is not going to do, and that's shy away from contact. She doesn't care if it's Nneka Ogwumike or someone from the SEC. She is going right through the chest of her defender. It's the standard
for this group last year.
Here's why this whole steroid strategy was flawed from the start, but if you're enjoying this video, now's the time to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See, Caitlin Clark's greatness isn't something you can create. You can't just inject a little strength and immediately create her amazing court vision, her clutch gene, or her range that makes defenders weep. Those things come from talent and hard work, not from vile but fine. Maybe you believed bulking up would make you stronger, faster, better on defense, except no amount of fake muscle could give you what Caitlin possesses. She's got a basketball IQ you can't teach. And guess what? No steroids can buy that either. Caitlin's game is predicated on finesse, keen instincts, and ice-cold resolve. You, on the other hand, trying to outmuscle her. Newsflash: basketball isn't just about brute force.
Can't you just say she's doing the Moses Malone? Remember old Moses, one of your favorite big men? He'd get 18 rebounds, 7 of them from his own misses. Come on. But anyway, Jason, this is what we brought up a couple days ago. The aesthetic quality with Angel is simply not there. I'm not saying there's not a value to her game.
Here's why this whole steroid strategy was flawed from the start, but if you're enjoying this video, now's the time to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See, Caitlin Clark's greatness isn't something you can create. You can't just inject a little strength and immediately create her amazing court vision, her clutch gene, or her range that makes defenders weep. Those things come from talent and hard work, not from a vile but fine. Maybe you believed bulking up would make you stronger, faster, better on defense, except no amount of fake muscle could give you what Caitlin possesses. She's got a basketball IQ you can't teach. And guess what? No steroids can buy that either. Caitlin's game is predicated on finesse, keen instincts, and ice-cold resolve. You, on the other hand, trying to outmuscle her. Newsflash: basketball isn't just about brute force.
Minnesota Lynx team needed. Snatched her up from Chicago. Here goes Reese, penetrating with 6 points to go with her 8 rebounds.
I like when Angel Reese takes it off the bounce. I like her ability, her
Jones blocked by Reese.
Gets her own miss. On top, Mabry shuffles it over. Evans for 3. Offensive rebound, put back and a foul.
That's what she does, NBA. One of the most prolific rebounders.
So now, the WNBA has spoken, loud and clear. You're suspended for life. The headlines are everywhere and your name is front and center, but not for the reasons you dreamed of. Angel Reese, the spotlight you once craved, is now shining on a scandal, not your success. And you're left asking yourself, what now? The answer? It's harsh. There's no real coming back from this. Sure, you might try to revive your image overseas, maybe play in a smaller league or shift into a different role, far from the WNBA spotlight. But let's be honest, the damage is already done. Your name is now tied to this scandal permanently. No matter how far you run or how much you rebrand, this will always follow you. The game you loved, the league you wanted to dominate, it's all out of reach now, not because of lack of talent, but because of one irreversible choice.
And Angel Reese knows a ring is coming.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is probably looking at all this and shaking her head. No shortcuts, no steroids, just relentless work, pure talent, and unmatched focus. She's out here breaking records, securing endorsements, and cementing her legacy. Angel, you tried to game the system, but it blew up in your face. Hard work wins. Always has, always will.
Carter against Horston. We're going to be watching that matchup all night long. Carter does a great job getting by Jordan there. Now on Agumake. Good bounce pass to Reese. Up and in.
If there's one lesson to learn from this whole mess, it's this: shortcuts never work. You thought steroids were your ticket to greatness, Angel, but all they've earned you is a lifetime suspension. Instead of putting in the hard work, improving your game, and earning your spot, you chose the easy way out, and look where it's gotten you. On the sidelines, watching Caitlin Clark continue to dominate, like she was born to do it. But it's not just you, Angel. Someone else should have known better, and that's Teresa Witherspoon. The name that once commanded respect in the basketball world is now tangled in this mess. As head coach, she had the responsibility to guide her players and promote a culture of integrity. Instead, she condoned and even encouraged Angel's dangerous choices. Her actions didn't just cost Angel her career. They've sent shockwaves through the entire WNBA. The Chicago Sky, once a respected franchise, now find themselves at the center of a scandal that threatens to undo everything they've worked for.
Reese trying to seal inside. Reese the shovel. Cardoso the finish. Here's Stewart going to work on Reese. Gets partially blocked by Angel Reese. Reese running the floor. Oh, what a pass! Jonquel Jones on the money to Reese. Big to big.
Pass by Jonquel Jones right over the top. But watch this catch.
Wow.
There's very little space to catch Corral and finish.
Reminds me of the and one she had in the win against Indiana in Chicago.
Second team foul here for the Aces. Got to get to 5
to be in the bonus. Mabry looking for something, finds Reese, that's something. And Reese trying to make herself available, does on the post. Gets her first field goal to go.
Mobile and Wi-Fi provider of the Chicago Sky. Nothing has been more reliable.
Teresa Witherspoon has long been praised for her leadership, but somewhere along the way, she lost sight of what truly matters. Perhaps she saw Angel as the Chicago Sky's golden ticket back to the top and was willing to do anything to get her there. Now, that decision has left her right in the middle of a steroid-fueled scandal, with the team's reputation on the line.
3 splits the defenders. Shot blocked from behind by Angel Reese.
Leading scorer tied now with Skylar Diggins-Smith.
Reese, the flip shot with the right hand, no good, but gets her own rebound again, goes through traffic and scores. Angel Reese, high post to Gumake, flashes, probably shouldn't have put the ball on the deck because there were a lot of hands down there. Here's Allen with it. Back to Harrison. Pump fakes inside. Reese flips it up with the left hand and scores.
Teresa Witherspoon, you were once a legendary trailblazer.
An inspiring team leader who excelled as a defender and a playmaker, Teresa Witherspoon was the heart and soul of the New York Liberty. She led New York to 4 WNBA Finals appearances, including in 1999, when she pulled off one of the most iconic plays in league history.
At the buzzer, a 3!
Teresa Witherspoon, you were once a trailblazer, a legend. But now, you're the coach who encouraged a player to take shortcuts, damaging her career and dragging the Chicago Sky's reputation through the mud. In one swift move, you've undermined everything you once stood for, all to keep up with a player neither you nor Angel could match. How did you think this would end? Do you believe the WNBA made the right call by suspending Reese for life? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
Yeah, baby! Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go!
It's not just Angel Reese who's bearing the consequences of this scandal. The entire Chicago Sky organization is now dealing with the fallout. Once a respected WNBA franchise, the Sky find themselves at the center of a controversy that threatens to not only ruin their season, but also their future. Teresa, when you allowed this to happen on your watch, you didn't just tarnish your own reputation, you've hurt the Chicago Sky as well. The fans, the sponsors, the entire basketball community, they're all looking at the Sky now and shaking their heads. This was a team meant to represent quality, teamwork, and ethics on the court, but now they're mired in a scandal that calls all of that into question.
For an easy layup. And this creates energy. We saw
3 points separating these sides, a little over 3 to go in the opening quarter.
Look for Marina Mabry to get her number called on this possession.
How about the mid-range jumper from Angel Reese? First time we've seen her hit from about 8.
Dana Evans' hesitation into traffic finds Angel Reese, who finds the bucket.
Lindsey Allen in off the bench for the Sky now, along with Kennedy Carter, so some of that second unit in for Chicago. Reese jabs, drives, and finishes at the rim.
Mabry, it's a deep one, rattles it in for her first three-pointer of the night.
It's really good here. Watch this action. Marina Mabry takes her defender down, makes a V cut to come get
Mabry the rebound. Outlet up to Allen, who's been really good in this game. Over to Dana Evans, looking for options. Reese in the lane. There's an option and one.
If the reputational damage wasn't enough, let's talk about what's been happening on the court since this scandal broke. The Chicago Sky's performances have been nothing short of embarrassing. They've been on a losing streak so bad, it's almost painful to watch. And honestly, it's no surprise. When your team's focus shifts from playing great basketball to covering up steroid scandals, the results on the court are bound to suffer. Teresa Witherspoon, you've essentially led this team into a brand of basketball that's unrecognizable. It's been called haram ball by supporters, an aptly chosen term for a style of play that's wild, chaotic, and completely lacking direction. It's almost as if the players don't even remember how to run a proper play. The teamwork is gone, chemistry out the window, and the Sky have become a shadow of their former selves. The offense is disjointed, and players look more like they're in a pickup game at the local gym than in a professional basketball league. This is the product of a toxic environment created by your leadership, or, in this case, lack thereof.
Sky get it right back. Williams to Angel Reese for her first points tonight. Angel Reese is calling for it. Mabry finds her, the post up, shoulder shake, right around Naz Hillman for two.
Lead back to three.
Evans has found her way around the rim. And again, another defensive play.
Nothing but Chicago bodies ahead, extending the lead to 5.
And trying to post up down low as Jessica Carter on her, another rookie out of Mississippi State. Reese going to work. Reese putting it up and in off the glass. Back-to-back Angel Reese buckets.
I mean, she said, well, first I'm going to score on the reigning MVP, but now I'm going to score on a fellow.
So how did it all go so wrong? It starts at the top, with head coach Teresa Weatherspoon. As the leader of the Chicago Sky, her job was to foster a culture rooted in hard work, integrity, and accountability. Instead, by allowing Angel Reese's steroid use to go unchecked, she sent a different message to the entire team. Winning, no matter the cost, was more important than doing things the right way. And when that kind of mindset takes root, everything begins to fall apart. The foundation crumbles. Trust erodes, not just between coach and player, but among the players themselves. You can see it in how the Sky plays now. There's no chemistry, no unity. Just individuals trying to play hero ball, hoping to fix a broken system on their own, and in the process, making things worse. Maybe the Chicago Sky will recover one day, perhaps even return to the form they had before Caitlin Clark shifted the league's balance. But as for Angel Reese, that door may be closed for good. She might want to consider focusing on her online brand instead. For more updates, like, share, and subscribe.